All right, doing a video this morning on YouTube. I've got some lineups up here for the day, as you can see, just explaining as I will not speculate too much on what's to happen. As in baseball in the major leagues, they're looking to do a few things, such as the grapefruit and the Arizona League. So, whatever happens, I just thought it would be interesting here to kind of kill three birds with one stone today. And I look at the Tampa Bay lineup, which is very interesting as we can use this not only for today in simulations as we can in the 7 p.m. FanDuel slate, but we can also look at it more as sustainable in a way for what could happen in a grapefruit league type scenario in Tropicana, as that's partially rumored to be where Major League Baseball and the powers that be there would decide to play. So looking at it, if you look at Austin Meadows, just notice here on wealthyfantasyfootball.com that, of course, I'm covering baseball here as well. This is from March 24th, 2020, when I started it. What I've done with the most various teams already is added in more continuous notes about what I find and a deeper research so that we're actually disciplined enough to go about this in a daily routine, regimen, and so we can find stats and really deeper things that a lot of people may not find or confused about or don't know where to find, especially amateurs not knowing where to start. So, really, on all levels, this is the information that you would need to be paying attention to so that you can know what to do not only for a simulation game, but some things to look out for in real world games so you can understand those things. So, with Austin Meadows, my notes just say here showed off top 25 power with bat strength. His 547 X slugging percentage shows evidence of really, really good hitter who did his time in the minors, which is good because not a lot of people expect to take this lineup on a daily basis. But I myself did quite a bit last year in 2019 because of the value provided as I paid up for my starting pitcher. So looking at Meadows over here, you see that he's a lefty. You'll see various things. If you look at the basic stats only, you're only seeing what you can see on surface there. But home runs, for example, in the splits versus righties, 24, excellent. Things like that. Batting average 298, excellent, excellent player. Then when you look even more deeper into the advanced stats, going down here on fangraphs.com, you're coming to what it is for today. For example, on the road, we're looking for the right row here as it highlights, as I hover across each row. We're looking for away versus righties. He's playing against Mike Byers. He's a good pitcher. However, if we want to go tournament, win big, we don't always want to take the least expensive batter versus, the least expensive pitcher, which would be the worst pitcher versus that particular batting lineup, because it makes it obvious for our opponents. So we want to go lower own is another key. The rules of FanDuel on the simulation per number fire basically take into account platoon splits, home run splits, and matchups. So, and as far as even park factor. So those things we're writing on the site on FanDuel. So keep in mind, you want to take into account those factors. And this is beautiful right here. When you look at it, even though Fires is not necessarily a weak picture to pick on, in fact, he can be picked on more so, well, more so versus righties, to put it that way. But it's not a whole lot of significant difference if you look that up. You can just go up here and type his name in there and see what you get. But it's just also very interesting to note for any slate that this guy plays on, that's Meadows, 1.037 OPS away versus righties. That's away from Tropicana. He's done significantly better last year in 2019 in this sample as We're not going to throw out stats from 2019, even when it comes to this type of different kind of interleague or outer league play, whatever it is, with different teams that we're looking at. We're looking at comparing, in this case here, Tropicana Field to other places that he's played. Other places he played, he's got this OPS, he's got this slugging of 649, excellent. Got this ISO of 346, excellent. Elite. WRC plus, you never hardly see this. 171 over here. So it's just another way of measuring his production when it comes to power. So all these things considering, Meadows over here, he's got over here a pretty decent launch angle. I noticed today, here's the X slugging I mentioned, 547. That's my notes from months ago, as I've been prepared for this for a very long time. And looking at everything, combined, 43% hard contact rate. It's not the best matchup, as I mentioned, but it's something that you can do on a daily basis, I believe, at least look at the Tampa Bay lineup, no matter really who the pitcher is. Now, if you look over down that I would say batting second on the normal basis, I can just see here where he's batting for today in the lineup. It's actually batting first instead of second. That's fine. And better for Meadows because he's probably batting second. Yeah. If one guy switches off to the other, my lineup here is not always going to be accurate. Some days will be different. Low batting first today. Meadows batting second. It's fine. Looking at it here, there's just a ton, like I mentioned, interesting guys in this Tampa Bay lineup. So here at Low, interestingly, has an 18.7% in 2019 launch angle. He did very well in that particular category. He also did very well in X slugging, 507. And so for Brandon Lowe, just overall, want to take a look at, let's see if we can take a look at his splits, see how interesting they are. Just want to click twice on the splits because I'm showing you transparency here. I'm showing you where to obtain the info and how to get it, how to read it, what to make out of it. So I'm just working my way down here as I am waiting on it to come up, which is fine. Now we can see it coming up as our splits. Today in simulation, what do we want? Away versus righties, right? Let's go down to advanced. It tells us a lot more, not just the home runs and crap like that. On base, 358. Slugging, 571 for a total OPS of 930. ISO, 286. WRC plus. And now another power measurement, 144. So here we see that the methods here that I've chosen to use are effective. MLB DFS based on splits, based on actual numbers. He's got some excellent stuff in his batting. And he could be like a guy like Mike Fiers that I like. Next, Hunter Renfro. Where's he been? Fifth. Batting fifth. So we can look at him. We can look at some other righties perhaps in the lineup. That would be interesting also versus Fiers because he's a little bit worse off versus righties. Okay. His home runs per nine is actually 1.8 to 2 versus righties. So when I got Diaz is actually not, here he is, 2,400 on the simulation. Right-handed batter. Want to put some righties in there. Third is Diaz, interestingly. Fifth is Hunter Renfro. Now, for a different reason I'm showing you Renfro is because I want to show you what to basically look for, excuse me, right here. As it says here per my notes from months ago, Renfro has progressively gotten better over the last few years in the majors. He seems like a seasoned power veteran that I've used many times in GPPs over the last few years. Now has a better lineup around him. Seems like a lock for 25 to 35 homers. That's only in our dream scenario of playing 100 and some games. Probably not even going to get to 100 now. Now, when you look at his batting average on balls in play, that's what we're looking for, is if we're looking for something better or worse. Too high for most players, over 300, their batting stats are coming down. If it's too low, under 300, batting stats coming up. We also want to factor in what's his total. His total for his career, 265. Last year, 239. Lower than his career. Can we expect his numbers to get better? Let's try and confirm. One more thing. Going down to the batted ball data. Coming down here, advanced. Batted ball, home run to fly ball rate, up about, almost 2%. No, more than 2%. 21.2 for his career compared to 23.6. So it's more than 2% jump on that. As you can see, other years he's done something, such as 18.7 and 20.3. That's why we get that average. So looking at these numbers, what I can conclude, looking deeper into these stats, first of all, he's always been a fly ball hitter, which is good. You get a ground ball pitcher, such as Fires. I can double check for you, seeing that his ground ball rate, bear with me, have to pull up the season stats. It'll only take a second just to find out. He's a ground ball ground ball pitcher of 39%. He used to be up to, with the Astros, interestingly, up to 43% ground ball rate. He got that up later in his career. So if we get fly ball hitters versus ground ball pitchers, this is another advantage. So when we're looking for things that can come about that are not too obvious, that'll help win us some tournaments. So that's what we're looking for today in simulation. As a conclusion, though, on this particular player, I would say that he's progressively gotten better, and he can get a little bit better even this year in 2020, away from San Diego in that scenario, Tropicana, in this good lineup with guys that can help him get on base. He bats in, he gets RBIs. You want to see his basic stats here. RBI 64. I can't say all this will go up just because of the shortened season, but it'll be pretty good. Stats per game for him, probably, points per game average for Renfro. So leaving you off with that. Have a great day.